Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the debate. I mean, that's really what we can call it. We haven't given the show a name besides the freaking debate. Today, I could not resist. I couldn't resist with the talk of the town. I could not resist. I said we must talk about this hot topic, and that is Donald freaking Trump. I'm Vince Aftermath. I'm here with Jenny Porta
Hi.
alongside Mr. Big Red.
Hello.
These are our, nicknames. Of course, we have real names, but that's neither here or there. The thing is, ladies and gentlemen, the topic of the day is Donald freaking Trump, and I cannot resist. So let's go ahead and get started. Um, okay. The question is, would you, not should you, because he is running for president, ladies and gentlemen, of the United States, right? Donald Trump. Um, would you vote for Donald Trump right here, right now? If the election was going on, would you vote for Donald Trump? Now, I just want to make something clear here about some of the things he has said right now. Um, his whole agenda is to make America great again. He's said some crazy things, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of put two of those things out there right now. He says that Mexicans or Mexico is bringing the crime over to America, because of the border and all that type of stuff. And he says that Mexico is not bringing their best people, pushing out their best people and whatnot. He also says that he is tired of seeing China on the label of everything. He says they make our cars, they make our clothes, they do this, they do that. The crazy thing about it is some of the stuff that he's been saying. I'm not saying all of it. Some of it is kind of true. I mean, if you look at some of the stuff most of the things that are made here in America, it's made by China. Jenny, what do you think about Donald Trump? Would you vote for him if the election was going on today?
Um, that is a really tricky thing to say because I have to laugh at this video that he has on you. This best lines, I guess, during his speech or whatever. I, he builds a wall and nobody builds a greater wall than him. Come on. I mean, some of the stuff that this man has said is true. I give him that much. Do I think he has what it takes to run a country? No. I really
Now,
don't.
now, now, you're talking to the man, one of the richest people in the world here, Donald Trump. He doesn't need money. He said that too. He said, "I don't need your money. I'm rich. I don't need it all. I'm a businessman." He knows how to create jobs, and that's what a lot of people want. So you would not want him as president. Now, I haven't made my I'm not taking sides necessarily. I haven't made my choice yet. I'm kind of teetering, but you would not want Donald Trump to be your next president.
But here's the thing.
No secret agenda.
Here's the
No
thing.
secret
Here's the
agenda.
thing. Okay, he's a billionaire. He has all the money in the world. He's not doing it for the money. A lot of people see Donald Trump as an asshole. So what is he going to do? He's going to piss off China. He's going to piss off all these other countries. We're going to be in the middle of a big nuclear war, and we're all going to die. I mean, people are going to see him as a dickhead.
Well, I mean, I
Well, that's too late for that because everybody already knows he's a dickhead.
well, I mean, again, okay, and I'm just kind of throwing some more things he said. He said that he would do away with the Obamacare. Obamacare. He said he would go the Canadian way, of the way that they have done it.
First of all, it shouldn't even be Obamacare because I think it was a couple presidents ago, Ronald Reagan, I want to say, tried to do the Affordable Health Care Act. Obama's just the one who got it pushed through.
Right, right, right. Well, the way he's saying that, he said, and he also stated too. Now, this is just a little line here. It's interesting. He's a funny guy. He says Obama spends $500 billion, okay, for a website. He says he has people that can make a website for $3. He says,
And they're probably in China.
well, that's pretty much. But I didn't get your
I just
straight
sold an
answer on
apartment
that.
for 15 million.
Would you vote for Donald Trump for president?
that's a really tough call. It really is. I mean, to me, he did put out some great points. I mean, yeah, he's literally the biggest, richest person out there in the world right now. And he's right. I mean, China alone has established that basically, if you think about the country, and I'm not talking about China itself, I'm talking about U.S., UK, all in general. Basically, China basically trumps us literally to 1 out of 3, basically, because they own the most stuff that we buy from them. But I see points that he does make, and I could possibly see him as a president. But do I want him being a president? I don't know. I want to see what the other candidate has to offer.
Would you vote for him if the election was going on today with all the stuff he said? Now, because I'm going to tell you right now, and I know a lot of people, and that's crazy because that's another reason why I'm doing this this debate here on Donald Trump is because I've asked people, because they'll come to me and say, you hear about the old Donald Trump, what he's saying and stuff? And I said, yeah, I am. Would you vote for him? And they said, oh, I'm not sure. Maybe, and they're not sure. But these people they're undecided, and you would think, this is Donald Trump. He's mean. He's what you guys said, a dickhead, whatever. He's mean. He's this and that. But if you talk to the everyday person on the street or whatever, or just your friends, family, whatever, they're not decided. Could we possibly see Donald Trump as the next president
Here's
of
the
the
thing.
United States?
I'm going to interrupt you here for a second, and I apologize for that. But my biggest concern with Donald Trump being president is he doesn't know what it's like to be middle class. He doesn't know what it's like to be poor. And he knows what it's like to be rich. So, of course, all of these people in the United States that are millionaires and have money and everything, it's going to be a benefit to them, and you better believe that they're going to get Donald's going to get their votes.
But most of the presidents haven't went through anything, though. Most of them haven't.
But they still had empathy for people who didn't have money. He is just saying that he is going to do all these great things. How many presidents are running for president and say, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do this, and half of it never happens.
But
Look at how long it
doesn't. But here's the thing too. Donald Trump doesn't need the fame. He doesn't need the money like a lot of the presidents go for. They do that sometimes to get the money, to get the fame. Donald Trump has he doesn't need any of that. He's accomplished all he wants to accomplish. Now he wants to be the president. It doesn't matter now. So how can you? And that's another thing he said.
I really have a hard time believing that a lot of presidents get into presidency because they want to be famous or they want to have money or they want to live in a stint in the White House. I really find that hard to believe. I think that people get into it because they feel that they can change what's going on in the United States and be a good leader. I don't think that anybody has done it for fame.
Well, I want to add something to it. I mean, I know where she's come from. But now I'm going to share this link with both you and Jenny Vance. Now this is from NBC. Everybody knows what NBC is, especially if where I live at in Georgia. There's one local for Atlanta. Now, they're talking about the whole entire debate as well. Now, this is what this reporter is saying. Now I'm going to read the article so you also let the viewers listen in.
Go ahead.
Is that the controversy of the arrest at gathering began Thursday night, the activists. Basically, I want to sum it down. He said 36 layers. They actually think that he has disqualified himself. Now, this is Erickson that told the reporter. What I mean by Erickson is Eric Erickson, who's basically, he had banned Trump from the event. Okay, so, and the reason why he thinks that he probably has already disqualified himself is because adding that the episode probably is the beginning of the end for Trump. Now, he later had emails saying that I have emails from people referring Megyn Kelly as a whore, and I have emails from people preferring me as gay. I have emails as a president.
All right.
Now, this is all
just
Trump
1 second. All right, so now keep on going with your report there. Keep summing it up what you were saying.
All right, no problem. And basically, Donald Trump is literally saying, well, he is standing to all of this, and this is quote unquote. He is on stage. We will not gain the White House if we are not going to be happy warriors. I mean, this is what Erickson is describing Trump.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Well, Donald Trump, I think is really. I think Donald Trump has a interesting ways about going through. And I talked to a friend of mine, and he said, Donald Trump right now is probably one of the realest presidents on the stage right now.
oh yeah,
He doesn't
no
care
doubt about it.
what you were just saying there. He doesn't care. He said in a speech. He said, "We don't need a nice president.
Right.
We
He
need
said he's not going to hold back.
Yeah, literally, he just didn't give a shit at all, which I was laughing,
He
even
said
though
he
it was
said
entertainment, but he meant the truth.
he said that there are people getting their heads cut off. We shouldn't be over here trying to be nice. What do you think about that?" He said, "We got people out there getting their heads cut off overseas and whatnot, but we're over here,
And
acting like everything is
and
okay."
here's the thing with that. When, as I said earlier in this debate, we're going to piss off a lot of other countries, and we're going to be at one ginormous war.
Well,
There's
it's already
got to be a strategy.
But we're already pissing off
Well,
countries.
well
Yeah,
that's
we-
of course. I mean, we've
it
been
was
pissing off
already
countries.
destined to
We've
have
been
another world war.
we've been pissing off countries for years. But there's got to be some kind of strategy when you're doing it, and I don't see Donald Trump taking the right strategy. I see him taking the asshole way out and firing, in a sense, the other countries and saying, screw you all. I just
Well,
think,
I mean, sometimes, I mean, to me, that it's a tough position to be in, because if you make this country okay, then this country's mad, and if you make this country mad, then these 5 countries are now upset, and then one may be happy then. So I mean,
no,
it's a
nobody is ever going to be happy all the time. I mean,
right. So
we're not
that's
going to have a
what I'm saying.
time where this whole world is just at peace with each other. That
Right,
is
right.
so
And
unrealistic.
I mean, what do you think about the comments that he's made? And I'm going to kind of get you guys to both respond on this. Is a big thing they was talking about is about Mexico, about the border. These guys coming over the border, and the crime rate going up in the states and whatnot. What do you think about that?
I think that is irrelevant. I don't think that just because Mexicans are coming over the border that the crime rate is going to increase. I think the crime is in the United States what it is because of what we've gone through as a country as a whole.
Yeah.
That doesn't define crime.
All right, what do you think, Big Red?
Jenny has a point. I mean, but what I see for Donald Trump, and this is my point of perspective, he has enough. I mean, he literally had enough of everybody saying, "Oh, Mexicans is to blame. Why not end it? Let's make a better barrier for Mexico and U.S. borders." He wants to make a better wall, so to speak.
Like a big wall, like the Great Wall. He wants to.
Just like
That's
what
what
he
he's
was
building.
saying.
That's what he says he's
But
building.
let me give y'all an actual example on what he meant by the crime rate. This past week, literally, the U.S. Coast Guard literally has seized over, I think they said, about over 800, right at equivalent to $1 million of cartel drugs from a homemade sub. And I mean, they found it off the Keys of Florida. They had to seize it.
Well,
and who's to say that stuff can't be made in the United States?
The thing was heading from Cuba in Mexico area.
Right, I get
so-
that, but I mean, people will find a way around that. And if it's not that drug, it's going to be a different drug that can be produced in the United States. So stopping international drug cartels is not going to lower the drug rate or the crime.
Okay, so here's the big question. All right, we're going to start wrapping it up here. All right, I'm going to start with you, Big Red, and I'm going to go to Jenny, and then I'm going to go to myself. Donald Trump, still running for president today, okay? And might I add, too, he's at the top of the just he's at the top right now. He's the most talked about. Everybody's kind of behind him right now. Believe it or not, with all this crazy stuff going on about Donald Trump, I mean, he's nailing it. He's saying whatever comes to his mind. He doesn't care. He has money, and he wants to make America better again because he believes he knows how to do it. But with all that said, he's done a whole lot of said a whole lot of interesting things that a lot of people don't agree with also. But with all that being said, would you? Now here's the three options that you have. You can either say yes, no, or undecided. Okay, because I understand I don't want to put anybody's personal things out there. But Big Red, would you vote for Donald Trump?
For me, it'd be undecided because I still haven't heard
Okay.
what the other candidate has to offer.
Okay. So, and when you're undecided, that means it could be a yes, it could be a no. Jenny, what do you say?
I'd have to say at this time I am undecided.
And again, that will be either a yes or a no. And then, I have to say that I'm undecided too. So, when you look at it, again, this is Donald. Now, with all of us talking the way we did, okay, and then we talk about just Donald Trump being the way he is, we didn't say no. We also didn't say yes. We're undecided. This is
I
not
think we're
just...
all just confused.
Yeah, for once we got a guy who is legit as shit.
Yes.
Don't care.
Don't care.
And basically, we're like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, that's true though. Oh my gosh.
No wonder all these other countries look at us and laugh at us.
It pretty much sums it up, yeah.
Now, this is just the Republican Party. I try to just go with the policy.
Right.
I really don't care about the Republican or Democrat. I just, whatever policy they have in place. And really, there's been a crazy last, good God, 10 years, whatever, of craziness going on. But I don't know. This has been the most, talked about. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to do it for us today. I guess you can call it a debate. You can call it whatever you want to call it. But I definitely want to chime in and give my points and thoughts. And Big Red and Jenny giving their points and thoughts, just like everybody else is giving their 2 cents. So we won't give our 2 cents. Make sure to subscribe, follow us, whatever the case may be. We'll be talking about whatever is the major talk of the town later. Thank you guys, and have a great day. Undecided.
Undecided, 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far.
Bye.